and then there was a big downhill. And then when we got to the downhill, it was so fast. I was just basically, I felt like the bike might come apart. It was we were going so fast, and then the run was only 3 miles. It was meant to be 6 miles, but they had made a mistake in the route, so they ended up being only 3 miles. But it was good because there was a big uphill as well.
And how long was the bike? Was the bike ride?
1 hour and 40 minutes.
So
No, I mean 25
miles?
Yeah. There was a big uphill. There was just no end to it.
Wow, and then countered with the long downhill, which was so fast you thought the bike would fall apart.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was so beautiful. As I was riding, I felt like I wanted to go slower rather than faster. There was, I think, fields on both sides, and they were harvested. So, but it was yellow fields on both sides, and there's just this one road. It was beautiful. I posted pictures on Facebook. I'll post some more. And the funniest thing was, so my dad and
was he with you?
He was there, yeah. And a couple of friends came over, and my dad got on the back of their truck. So as I'm riding uphill, and I see my dad on the back of the truck just taking pictures.
Oh wow!
It was so funny.
How great! What a great experience for him.
Yeah.
How was it to have him there watching you?
It was awesome.
And cheering you on.
Yeah, it was awesome. He was trying to advise me as I was going through it.
Where was this bike race?
In Grand Coulee. It's in Eastern Washington. On the Columbia River. Oh yeah. Yep.
Sorry, what's the town called?
Grand Coulee.
Grand Coulee?
Yeah. There's a Grand Coulee Dam. There's a big dam on the Columbia River there. So it was interesting to see. And they actually have a light show during the night, but we missed it. By the time we got there, have dinner, find the camping spot, and so it was just not in our mind to go see the show. So. But yeah, camping was also fun. It got really cold during the night.
It does. It does. And you set up the tent yourself, everything?
Oh yeah.
Did you go camping a lot when you were growing up?
No. Actually, every summer we would go to the Black Sea for a 2-week vacation, and we would camp then. So my dad and my mom loved taking us, the kids, to do that. So I've been camping more on the seaside rather than the mountains.
Yeah, it definitely gets cold at night. But it's fun though. I grew up camping, and so for me it's definitely a favorite pastime. Just being outside. I think being outside mostly with the fresh air, and the space and.
And as you breathe the cold air, it makes you appreciate that you're actually warm.
And then having a fire also. Did you guys start your own fire?
We didn't have time.
Because that also makes you appreciate, first and foremost, the heat in your home, which during the winter I tend to take for granted. Because of course it would be warm inside. It's inside. But then when you're actually faced with having to make heat, because if there's no heat you don't live, it's a much different experience.
We actually expected heat in the 80 degrees on the day of the race. Instead we wake up and there's clouds, it's cloudy, and the sun doesn't show up until 11:30, and we started at 10:30. But before we started the swim, it was pretty cold. Actually, when I got in the river to do a practice swim, it was warmer in the river than outside.
Wow! And you were swimming in the river? Was it across the river?
Yeah.
Okay.
Across the river and back.
across the river and back. And how far was that?
It's 0.9 miles.
0.9 miles?
Yeah.
Okay.
So half a mile, one direction.
Oh my god!
And yeah.
Wow. And how was it swimming with the current?
Well, I don't know because I don't know if I was zigzagging in the water because it's very hard to know your relative position in the water because you're in the middle of the river and there isn't anything around you. Basically, the yellow pointer that I'm trying to swim to is half a mile away, so it's a very little dot.
Try that.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'm...
Did you say you want to try that? Swimming a half mile across the river?
Yes.
Cool. Start training now.
It's very cool.
I don't think she understands what swimming in a river is like. That's funny. Wow, that's a good job. How do you feel?
Good. I
Just good. You don't feel great.
No, I felt great. I placed third in my age group.
Congratulations.
That was
Wow.
good. And then 8 in women overall out of 25 women.
Oh my goodness.
That's good. And yeah.
Well, you look fantastic. So it must have felt good because you're carrying it all over yourself. That's great. And was your dad proud?
Oh yeah. He saw me holding the words and he's like, what does this do? What is this? He didn't see the word ceremony. He was somewhere walking. And then he's like, I'm third. And he's like, oh, this is great.
Because what is this?
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny.
But Eastern Washington, I mean, the entire the ride on Road 2, Highway 2, it's just beautiful. It's basically it was made after at the ice age, so after the glacier melted, it left just something that looks like a canyon. It's just rocks on both sides and no trees, nothing, just desert and then rocks on both sides. So very beautiful. I felt like, okay, only the dinosaurs are missing around here. So.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
So,
And are you happy to be back? Are you happy to come back to rehearsal?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
The fun doesn't end.
Well, it doesn't. With you, it's absolutely nonstop.
Yeah.
Huh. That's very inspiring. Because it just by the sheer challenge of swimming half a mile across the river. Because right now, I don't think I'd be able to get very far.
Yeah. My biggest challenge with swimming is that actually I used to be and I'm still afraid of deep water.
Oh.
Yeah, so even in this time, first you start swimming and it's shallow, so you see the bottom, but then it gets completely black and dark. So I had to stop for 10 seconds and just say, okay, I'll make a couple of strokes with my eyes closed, so I get used to that. For the next 30 minutes, I'll be swimming in this deep water. So, but I think, so that helped. The other thing that helped is I just thought, okay, there's 50 other people around me that are doing the same thing and just trying to kind of feel the energy that everybody else around me has that are doing the same thing that I'm trying to do. Also helped me just get on with the rhythm of swimming and just not be afraid.
So. And so you're afraid of drowning.
Yeah.
but you're afraid of something that you can't see at the
Right,
bottom.
right.
That kind of
Yeah.
fathomless depth.
Yeah, it's just you can't stop and hold on to something, which is, you can do that in the swimming pool, but you can't do it out there. So,
It's an important thing to be mindful of. I think probably for half of those other swimmers, they didn't think twice about it.
oh no.
You know,
Yeah.
which is, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with either way. Being aware of it and being a little afraid of it, or not being aware of it, so not being afraid. But you know, not being aware, not being mindful of that makes you a little. It makes you a little egotistical in your thinking, because you're not paying mind to all possibilities. So
Yeah.
you're a little limited in your outlook. But I think, well, as in all things, it's best to find the balance, to be
Yeah.
aware,
Yeah.
but
At the same time, not think too much about it and just keep going. Yeah. I think I learned to swim very late in life. That's why I kind of have this.
How old were you?
I was at least 13.
13.
Yeah. So. It's definitely mind training. It's training your mind.
I think that's the most exciting thing about your will,
Yeah.
is that your will can make you do anything. Truly. So exercising your will is the most important thing to do. So on Thursday for rehearsal, we're having everyone come dressed as a character, right? So, but it's a character. It could be anyone, but that person has a name. They have a history. They have a future. They have a job. Maybe they don't have a job, you know. But it's an entire character, someone you've completely thought out, and then also hair and makeup and heels, dressed in the way of the character.
Okay.
You know. And then what we're going to be doing also, well, I said in the email, we're doing some photo shoots there.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
yeah, I'm excited to see how everyone comes.
Yep. Are we going to start practicing the show itself?
Yeah. The opening just came up. The opening. So we're gonna have Blaine. Blaine's an excellent whistler, like exquisite. I don't think any of us have ever heard someone that whistles this way. It's like you'll hear it. And so we're gonna have him enter whistling, and then he also is an amazing violinist. So then he'll enter and he'll start playing the violin, and that's how the show will start. So the show's coming together as we speak. Yeah. Yep. And at rehearsal, I don't know if you watched the videos from the last rehearsal from Saturday that you missed. At the beginning, it was amazing. Everyone was walking all together, and they got the rhythm, they got the energy. That energy that you felt from the other swimmers, they were all in that space. And in the video, you hear the footsteps just click, 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 click. Everyone was in step with each other, and it was so sweet because they were all holding hands also, because it started out just a couple of them practicing, and then as people came, they joined, and it was so great because you could feel it. And then I got in there and I started walking also, and it was a lot of fun. So last week we did a lot of personal walks. And then this week will be more personal walks, and then the photo shoots as well. And you guys are more comfortable to shoot in front of the camera. Also, I'm talking with our photographer. He might be able to shoot you this weekend if you're available. But we're still locking down if he'd be able to on Sunday. So keep that in mind for Sunday.
Okay.
So. Yeah, Katie shot with him last weekend, I think it was, Katie Moore. And so yeah, she had a good time. It was an intense experience for her. It's her first photo shoot ever, like, in a professional studio, so she's a little nervous, but she did well. She did really well. So yeah. How was your day today?
Mostly meetings.
I just remembered I have some water on the stove boiling.
Okay.